Greetings and salutations. Grace unto you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. This is Wesley Webb, pastor of the Grace Baptist Church in Greater Downtown Metropolitan McBee, South Carolina, and welcome to the Higher Grounds Podcast and today's Morning Minute Meditation. So, I was thinking the other day, sometimes it's okay. Peter gets a hard time from us over his "I go fishing" statement in John chapter 21, verse number 3. But I saw in Matthew chapter 17, verses 24 through 27, where Jesus told Peter to go fishing, to get a piece of money from a fish's mouth to pay their taxes. And I thought to myself, well, what makes it okay for Peter to go fishing? And why do we give him such a hard time for him going fishing after Jesus had been crucified? Well, just a couple of ideas I had. First of all, what about the will? Peter went fishing, and it was his own will, and it was his own desire, it was his own decision, it was his own will. Whereas when Jesus told Peter to go fishing, it was purely providential. It was God doing something through Peter, for Peter, that Peter could never do himself. Maybe that is part of what makes it different. I thought about why. When Peter went fishing, he was discouraged. He was maybe even depressed. He was not doing well with all that had transpired with Jesus' death and burial. But then I thought about when Jesus gave Peter direction. He said, go cast a hook, and you know the story, the fish that comes up, the piece of money in his mouth, go and pay taxes for you and me both. It was God's direction for his life. And so maybe what makes the difference is why we're doing what we're doing. And then thirdly, I thought about the work. When Peter went fishing, he fished all night, caught no fishes, as the song says. They fished all night and they caught nothing. But isn't it amazing when Jesus gave him direction, and it was God's will, and God was working for specific direction in his life, the simplicity of it all. He didn't have a net, he didn't even bait the hook. He said, cast a hook. The simplicity of it, the success that he had, the blessings of God on what Peter did at the request of Christ. I'm simply just throwing this out there to give you something to think about. Sometimes it's okay, but what makes it okay? Well, the will, is it your personal will or is it providential? The why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Is it out of discouragement or some other ulterior motive? Or is it direction from God? And then thirdly, the work. Is this something God's going to bless and God's going to prosper in your life? Just some thoughts I had. That's all for today's Morning Minute Meditation. Y'all have a great day, and remember, it is what it is.